basically had no fucking choice. Adie, that's why we're gonna call her that, because she's Elda and Adie, it makes sense. Adie would be dead by now.
Yeah, it was absolutely necessary, but I do like the fact that Zedd is still Zedd, even though he's not Zedd, he's Reuben. He asks Ahern, why would we do this? Like, what was in it for us? What did we gain? That seems silly. We're just going to do this thing to lose our gift? What was in it for us? He's being logical the way that Zedd is. Regardless of the magic, he's still using his head. Like,
yeah.
Why? What can I find in this story that makes sense to prove to me it's a real story? And eventually he gets there, and he does say, it's got to be real. It's too fucking crazy for anybody to make up, for one. But, like, there are just little things that stick out that Zedd was thinking about and saying, okay, yeah, this tracks. It's wild, but it tracks.
He asks if he was a powerful wizard.
Yeah, was I a good wizard?
Which, that was a funny little moment, too. Like, that definitely is Zedd.
Was I very handsome? You look the same way you do now. Damn. Okay. Well, 1 out of 2.
Well, Zedd is fine with not remembering everything until Ahern tells him that there's trouble. Zedd told him it was a matter of grave importance that he gets his magic back, but wouldn't tell him what the problem was. He was like, nah, I'm not going to reveal that information, you just gotta fucking trust me. All Ahern knows is that if it is to come back, it will be because of an extreme emotional shock. Like getting righteously, violently fucking pissed off.
I like Zedd. He's like, so what? You're gonna hit me? You're gonna make me mad at you? And Ahern's like, nah, you said that wouldn't work. And I wouldn't particularly want to be in Ahern's shoes for that either. Like, I'm gonna slap this old dude. Okay, it sounded funny coming out of my mouth, but it wouldn't be. But then there's a chance that it's all legit. And if Ahern is telling the truth, which we know he is, then it is legit, and that dude has magic. And you're going to slap him. And all of a sudden, he's going to become enraged, and the magic is coming out, and he's going to be pissed off at you.
Yeah, I wouldn't volunteer myself for that position either.
No! I am so glad for him that that's not the way. Like, it's actually unfortunate what it needs to be, a very emotional jolt.
If he could get away with slapping him, I wouldn't slap him myself. I'd take him to a bar and get him real shitty drunk with some other guys and start a fight.
Who's that? The guy who, what is it? Mark from SLC Punk, where he just spins him around. He's like, that guy! And then he goes and kicks his ass.
He said your nose was big.
That's the way.
So Ahern tells them that they are headed to Aidendrill and are still a fucking month out. Like, are you serious? I definitely thought that they were, like, cresting the edge. But no. They still have a month to get there. They're going to arrive around the winter solstice. And apparently, Zedd told him of a sneaky secret way into the keep that doesn't require magic. Which feels like something he probably should have addressed when he worked there. Like, we shouldn't have a secret way in there.
There should absolutely, positively not be a way in that doesn't require magic of some kind. Like, I like the contrast. That's a magical place, but there's a way that you could just waltz in.
Yeah, it really seems...
If you know about it.
Yeah, it really seems to negate all the security measures.
Right, and the security measures are there for a reason, because you don't want just anybody to be able to get in there.
Or out.
Yeah, or out, for that matter. If they do get in, then lock them in.
Yeah, if you have somebody you don't want out, then, like, there's reasons that you have them in there behind the shield. You don't want them to be able to sneak out. I can think of, like, 3 other fantasy novels that have buildings like this, that have all these entrances that are guarded and you can't get in or out, and there's one fucking way in and out that nobody told anybody about, and it's like the way that the person gets in or out or somebody dies. Like, it's a plot problem.
Oh my god, you know what it is? It's the fucking Death Star, Jade.
Yeah.
You got the one The one place where if you shoot it, the whole thing blows up. And then it all just goes to hell. That's what's going to happen to the keep. Because there's a way for somebody to just walk in.
I'm just saying. I agree.
No, I'm with you. So, we rejoin Kahlan as she is greeting concerned guests at the palace. All cleaned up and looking fancy as fuck. She's tired of listening to people pay her lip service when she knows how they really feel. Like, they're just here, and it does make a mention about that. She's basically trying to tell whether or not these people are lying to her, just trying to get money, or if they are there because they want money, but they actually need the money.
And she had some thought about how she is the one standing in the way of them, like, raping the land and doing all this terrible stuff. So she represents the failure of the shit they want. So they just fucking hate her, which I guess we hadn't factored in, or at least I hadn't. I thought people just hated her because they hated her for her job.
For, what she has to do.
Yeah, but no, she's thinking more along the lines of these are all corrupt people. So that was the other level of it. Like, on top of all the corruption that could have happened after the Daharan whatever the fuck, it was already corrupt. Like, before she left, there was all these feelings for her. So, even if things were running smoothly the way it was supposed to, government's fucked.
She could have expected something like this anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. And I think you're right. I think if things are shit before you leave, expect them to be worse in your absence.
Especially when you don't have the muscle behind you that you had before that kept everybody in line.
Right. So it feels slightly to her like she's been dreaming and is now back awake at the People's Palace, which is not the People's Palace. The People's Palace is in Dahara. This is the Confessors Palace.
Oh, the note was fucked.
Hoo, I caught it. Win. Although it's contrast against this next note. Although the shit she's been through is more like a nightmare, she's sure that some of them would faint if they saw some of the things that she had done.
Yeah, she has a specific thought about people imagining her naked on a horse, jamming her fucking sword into some dude's face, and it's just like, yeah, maybe you should tell these people that. Like, fuck with me. Find out.
You know, I made a guy eat his own balls once. Just saying.
I feel like maybe she should get a business card, and that should be like the tagline on the back.
Well, you gotta let people know. So a woman we know to be Jebra approaches Kahlan, who notes her shorter than normal hair. We know that hair length is stature in the Midlands.
Right.
So short hair means low person. Long hair, like Kahlan's literally uncut hair,
right.
Highest person. She asks if Kahlan came to the city alone, which is a weird one-off question, unless you are a predator of some sort, I guess. Hi, are you here by yourself? Why?
No.
I'm calling somebody right now. Or no. Me and a whole group of friends are here.
I have so many friends.
We just came from a mace convention.
Kahlan tells her about Chan, which I don't know why you would volunteer information to a stranger, but she does. And obviously, Jebra was hoping to hear Richard's name, right? We know that she's been put in Richard's employ, so she was probably here looking for the two of them.
Did you bring the big guy with the sword? Shit. Okay, well.
I'm running low on funds. Suddenly, in the middle of speaking, she looks terrified and faints. Lady Karen approaches from the back, bringing the bullshit along with her.
All the bullshit. If you were Kahlan, these two things are obviously related, right? Weird girl, weird question, weird reaction from said girl asking weird question, and then a stranger pops up and is like, oh, no, she's all full of bullshit. Just like, obviously, that person did something. Stop that person.
I don't know if I would assume that the person did something, but it would definitely seem weird, and I think that Kahlan's reaction to it is appropriate, and it's actually one of the few times, maybe not few times, but a lot of times when shit like this happens in a book, they react to it in a bad way, and you're like, no, don't let them take the people. But Kahlan is like, no, I'm gonna keep her in my fucking sight. Okay, you're gonna go over there, and she's gonna stay here, and we'll deal with it tomorrow. I was very impressed by that.
I am going to get to the bottom of this, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And it's her job. So, of course she is.
Yeah.
And you know what else that I've, already gotten to the bottom of?
Oh, what's that?
I need another beer. So I think we're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
And we're back. So, in case you forgot, Lady Karen's actual name is Lady Ordith Condadith Didakovich, and she is a bitch.
Oh, no. Lady Ordith Condadith Didakovich.
Oh, you're better at it than me.
There's
we know
an extra D, and it's the hardest thing in the world to pronounce. Terry, I'll never forgive you for that name. It's the worst.
It's fancy.
Look, the only reason that I just did what I did is because I practiced it today. Because I was like, no, the last time we tried to say her name, I slaughtered it. So I was going to nail it this time.
Well, you did. Good job. Well, she immediately takes ownership of Deborah and says she will be thrashed. Don't worry about it. And a man from the back disputes the claim, and he's like, dude, I've spent some time with Jeb. She's a lady. She's got money. Lady Karen ignores this and tries to demand Jeb is taken back to the Kelton Palace, the shitter palace, where she is staying.
Oh, gross.
Kahlan has none of it, like
Still
I said.
Pig, though.
She has Jeb brought to a guest room, treated kindly, and no one is to fuck with her until she can speak with her after the council in the morning.
Boom. She handled it.
Yeah, in her Confessor Palace.
Right.
Damn it.
So Kahlan makes her way back to her room, and when she gets there, she sees 2 Keltish guards, one of whom alerts whoever is inside by, not very sneakily tapping his pike on the door.
This whole situation and the way that Kahlan, I get she's caught off guard, but I would immediately be like, yo, what the fuck are you guys doing out here?
Yeah. Who is in there? Because I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I'm the top person. So you need to protect me since you're a guard and I'm in charge. So you go in there and get whoever the fuck is in there out. Because that's my room. Mommy's home, bitch.
Seeing me should fucking terrify you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be like, oh, gotta go. You should be like, we gotta go.
She storms in and sees who else but Prince fucking Byron pissing all over her bed. We knew gross. We knew they were shitters, but now they're pissers too. And it's so bad.
It was surprising that he went in that direction instead of shitting like his people historically do. But I thought maybe it would have made him too vulnerable because it seemed like he was waiting for the knock to start the pissing. Like he had to have been, right? Awkwardly standing in the room with his dick out, just like, as soon as they knock on this door, I'm gonna piss everywhere. So I imagine
like one of the servants comes in and they open the door. Avert your eyes. Is there anything I can get you? No? Thank God. Okay, bye.
So I'm just imagining that maybe the squatting thing wouldn't have gone super great because it's hard to look somebody in the eye as you're squeezing one out and and then walk out. It's way easier to confidently piss and then walk out, you know?
I don't know that I could pee on somebody's bed and then be like, I just did that to you. That's something you have to deal with. That would bother me that they have to deal that, for one. But for two, I know the reason why. Because I don't care what kind of an animal you are, you wipe your ass when you're done shitting.
Okay.
And if he gets caught, he's literally going to have his pants at his ankles.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to run. Or, like, if he gets caught, then he's just going to have to hike him up and go.